Good evening. Today is Wednesday, January the 25th. We had several trade opportunities that we took today. Um, this pair that I'm looking at now is the Euro Aussie, and this is a trade that we actually are still in for a short. And let me see what we currently are at. Right now we're up roughly about 6 pips. There were two trades that we took on the pound chef today, one of which was stopped out for 92 pips, which was this entry here. One of our indicators that we use on a 30-minute chart as confirmation came in a bit late, so we got into this trade at the bottom of this candle. Our preference is to try to catch the move when it first comes below the 13 on the 4-hour chart, which would be up here somewhere. And if that had been the case, we would have been in the trade, 50 pips earlier, so we would have gotten out at break even. But that wasn't the case. The stop loss was up here above where the swing is. Price came back up, took us out. We got stopped out for 92 pips. It happens. But that's why you have to operate with rules, and you have to stick to them, because you never know when the market is going to do what it decides to do. And just as easily as something can work against you, many more things can work in your favor when you use rules and you stick to them. So later on, we were able to get into another short trade, same pair coming back down after this blip that came up and took us out of the first one that we caught. It was roughly about a 40 pip move, so that was enough to move up our stop to plus 1 pip, and that's what we ended up with a plus 1 when the price came back up on the next candle and took us out of that trade. So 2 trades on the pound chef, one for minus 92 pips and one for plus 1. So on the pound chef we lost about 91 pips today. The Euro Aussie trade we're still in. As I mentioned, we're up about 5 or 6 pips right now. And there was also an opportunity on the USD CAD, which actually ended up being a very nice trade that had worked out. The entry was here. This trade had a stop loss roughly of about 50 pips. It went for as much as 73 pips. So we could have remained in the trade, but we decided to exit the trade alongside with the pound chef, so that we would only be in one trade, which at the moment is the Euro Aussie. So now we have 2 free slots available, since we are in position to take up to as many as 3 trades at one time now. I was doing 2. I decided to use 3 now, at least for the time being, just to ensure that we are able to take advantage of opportunities when they come on different pairs, because we're watching a total of 9 pairs now. So opportunities often do come around the same times on different pairs. So there may be times when there are more than 2 opportunities at once. There might, could be 3, maybe or more. But I'm comfortable with using 3. What I did within the Expert Advisor was just scale back the risk percentage a bit. So back from 10%, using 2 trades at a time. So now we're using 3, and we'll use 7 to bring it to a total of around 20% amongst the 3 trades, being in 3 trades at one time. In other words, we would not exceed 20% risk on that trade, or on those trades, on that group of trades. So this USD CAD trade. Oh, we also had one yesterday on the 23rd. I didn't make a video for it because I honestly did not have time to do so. So this trade went for roughly about the same amount, but we did not intervene with this trade. So it did move about 75 or 76 pips or so, and it did come all the way back up and take us out at +1. So that trade was, it had a nice amount of pips available on it, but most of the time we do not interfere with the trades. We let them run because that's the only way to be able to take advantage of when you get into a running trade, in this daily trend direction, which is what we do, and bank anywhere from 100 to 200 pips or even more on one trade. The only way to be able to do that is to leave the trade. So that's what we actually do most of the time. If we're taking out of trades because price backed up on us and we break even on the trade, it is what it is. So as a disciplined trader, over time you'll just learn to develop that attitude where you don't concern yourself with what the market does, trade by trade. You take all of the trades that are available, that you're in position to take advantage of, let them operate the way that your method allows, stick to your rules, stick to your money management rules, and just leave the trades when you take them. Whatever your rules are, stick to them. If you decide to make adjustments, whatever adjustments you make, stick to them. Over time, you will always do better by adhering to whatever rules that you have established for your trades. So by having a trading plan, by having a successful method that wins more than it loses and that has larger winners than losers, you are almost guaranteeing that you will be profitable on a consistent basis over time. And that's the most important thing. What happens on a trade-by-trade basis, is trivial, and it's not as important as your discipline as a trader over time. That is the most important thing. So these are just the opportunities that we've had since the beginning of this week, and the Euro Aussie trade we'll keep an eye on. I may come back and make an update video if we get some movement and we see some profitability on the trade, even prior to it closing. But for now, we're just leaving the trade running, and we have 2 available slots. So if we have any other opportunities that come into fruition, I will make mention of that in the next video. So stay tuned for more videos.